So going from the Penguin to Sergeant Rock might just be what Colin Farrell is doing, as a brand new report has hit the net that the actor is frontrunner and being lined up to play the character for DC Studios. So let's talk about this. So yeah, Colin Farrell with some impressive makeup and prosthetics is the Penguin. Now, of course, Colin Farrell doesn't look like the Penguin. I think some people forget what he looks like, and they also forget that he's already had quite a few banger roles in highly acclaimed films like playing Bullseye. Yeah, the less we say about that Bullseye, the better. But, we are going to talk about Colin playing Sergeant Rock. Now, there's been some confusion because I've seen people online asking why DC Studios is making a film with The Rock starring as a sergeant. Do people think that The Rock is the first person ever to be named Rock? You know what? Looking at the world today, I'm not surprised that people in the United States don't know any better and that they think The Rock is going to play Sergeant Rock because there can only be one person with the goddamn name Rock. Either way, though, yeah, Sergeant Rock. Previously, the role was rumored to be going to Daniel Craig, but Peter Safran confirmed that that was an idea and a discussion, but it just didn't work out. And by all accounts, it's because, well, Daniel Craig has taken on a different role where chances are that he's actually going to be starring in, I guess, a new version of the Narnia books coming to film. I guess that's what's going on. Yeah, that's cool. I'll check that out. I mean, it's coming from the director of Barbie, so it's got to be at least somewhat decent, you would hope, right? Either way, though, Colin playing Sergeant Rock would be really interesting because then he's doing double duty for DC. You know, in one universe, you're going to have him looking like Colin Farrell, except he's a soldier in World War II, hanging out with G.I. Robot. And in the other one, you're going to have him playing the Penguin, who's almost unrecognizable as Colin Farrell. Like, you literally can't tell. Up until that last moment where he's choking out Vic, you can't tell it's Colin Farrell. Like, there's just that one moment you can see it, and that's it. So, you know what? I'm down for this. This is a great casting. I hope they get it locked in. So, that's my opinion on it. For those of you that don't know who Sergeant Rock is, let me give you the spiel, and I'll see you guys next time, where hopefully we talk about Sergeant Rock being real and played by, well, Colin Farrell. So Sergeant Rock, as some of you may know, is a character that dates all the way back to the late 1950s, first appearing in Our Army of War, issue number 83 in June of 1959. With, of course, the publication behind the character being Dccomics, and the character's full name being Franklin John Rock. Now, in an effort to try to be a little bit more competitive with the likes of Marvel Comics, a lot of people see the character of Sergeant Rock as DC's answer to Captain America. And while there are some similarities, it's not really comparable at all, I would say. Now, of course, the character's history does go all the way back to World War II, where the character was simply just called The Rock. He was a member of the infantry U.S. Army in the European theater of war, and subsequent issues and miniseries and retcons would add in a little bit more context about the character and, of course, his importance to the war and how he enlisted after the events of Pearl Harbor. The most recent take that really reinvented the character comes in 2009, which was a 6-issue miniseries called Sergeant Rock, The Last Battalion, Rock's Unit. Here, they would further flesh out the character's history, connection to the DC universe, and of course, his integration into the bigger DC universe as more of a mainstay, if you will. Now, contrary to what some people believe, he does not actually have any super abilities or anything like that. He is just an expert marksman and good at hand-to-hand combat. Although they have toyed with the idea that he's almost superhero and super strength levels that could compare him to the likes of Metahuman, he's still relatively just a normal human, although he does have a couple of gadgets that do help him out. Over the decades, the character has also appeared in other interpretations of the DC universe, along with the famous Justice League cartoon where he actually had a little arc in there. And at one point, there was even deep discussions, and Arnold Schwarzenegger was in talks, or according to some, attached to star as Sergeant Rock in a film based on the character. This ultimately did not end up happening, obviously, as we do not have a film based on Sergeant Rock, but ever since then, every few years, a new person shows up on Hollywood's radar, pitching or attached to a Sergeant Rock project that never gets off the ground. So maybe, sometime soon, we will see him in all his live-action glory, fully realized and delivering what fans of the character have resonated with for decades. Thank you for checking out that video, and thank you for your continued support. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, do whatever you will, and if you're so inclined and would like some additional content from us, which includes unfiltered content and bonus discussions, we do offer exclusively in our member section. We hope to see you there. So thank you for watching, and have a good one.